Welcome in to the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Heinemann and Associates. I'm Alex Napoles, happy to be with you today at Zions Bank Stadium, where we have the 4A semifinals getting ready to kick off. This is Game 2, and it's between the number 2 Ridgeline Riverhawks taking on the Green Canyon Wolves.
Soccer fans, are you ready?
It'll be the Green Canyon Wolves in their white, shooting to the right of your screen here in the first half. And it is the Riverhawks in the black, shooting to the left to start here in this first half. The whistle goes, and we are underway in Game 2 of the 4A semifinals. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the next 80 minutes of the beautiful game. Ball goes out. And it'll be a throw-in for the Riverhawks. Ball comes in. One back by the Wolves in the middle of the park by Giovanni Torres. Torres will now play it up. Nicely kicked out there by Pirtle, but still Green Canyon on the attack. It's going to be Cannon Clark chasing it down. Clark tracks it down. Slips, regains his footing, but the ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for the Riverhawks as Dean will be on the far side to throw it in. Brought down by Pirtle. Pirtle plays it up to Teeters. Ball goes out of bounds once more, and it's a throw-in for the Green Canyon Wolves. Clark plays it out wide. Green Canyon will have to go all the way back in support. Looking up for Cannon. Intercepted by Ridgeline. And then one back by Green Canyon. Ball comes out wide to Zach May. May playing it wide in the direction of Stevens. Stevens now up to Colby Knight. Knight now into Torres. Torres trying to play it back to Knight. Colby Knight is in. Pokes the ball. Heads over the bar. And the first shot of the game goes to the Green Canyon Wolves. Colby Knight there with a good opportunity. That goes sailing over the bar. Ball back in play. Here comes Garrison Reed. Reed, who will play it up, finds Dushku. Dushku playing it up in the direction of Vasquez. Ball booted away. Tracking it down now is Ivan Leon. To throw it in is Tate Hickman. And he'll leave it for Garrison Reed. Reed plays it in. It's Dushku. Now it's Reed. Reed taking it from distance, takes a deflection off of his player, and now it's Doshku waiting in the middle of the park. Trying to poke it through to Leon. Tracking it down now is the Green Canyon Wolves as they regain possession. Here comes Torres. Torres breaking. Ball out wide to Cannon. Cannon Clark goes down. And last touched by Diego Teeters there. Throwing for Green Canyon, taken quickly. In possession here is Mason Sadler. Sadler taking it up, looking for Torres. Finds Torres. Torres into the box. And Torres goes down. Nicely defended there by Ridgeline. It's Leif Olsen coming across and making the tackle. Ridgeline going the other way. One back by the Wolves. It's going to be Cannon Clark. Ball coming all the way back now to Tanner Farron. Tanner Farron plays it over the top. Garrison Reed covering. Nicely crossed in there by Green Canyon. Cleared out by Pirtle. Leon trying to get a header on it, but he's pushed in the back, and it'll be a foul called against the Wolves. Riverhawks free kick. Taken quickly as Doshku will bring it up. Vasquez back in the middle now for Teeters. Teeters out wide. Heavy touch. The ball goes out of bounds and out. We'll have a throw-in coming up here for the Green Canyon Wolves. Cannon Clark goes to down as Ridgeline wins it back. Leon trying to flick it on and find a runner coming in, but that ball going the other way as Ridgeline wins it back. It's Teeters. Playing it out wide to Garrison Reed. Reed up to Leon. Leon pokes it through to Doshku. Doshku trying to find an opportunity to play it in, but the ball won back, or takes a deflection, one back by Ridgeline. Leon up the sideline to Doshku. Doshku now with an opportunity as he tries to take it up the wing. Cuts back inside. Doshku playing it in. It's Teeters. Teeters in possession. Will settle it back all the way to his center back, Pirtle. Pirtle now goes out wide to Reed. Garrison Reed brings it in. Reed inside into Leon. Leon now trying to turn. Leon goes to ground and a foul called as Tanner Farron comes across and makes the tackle. Free kick coming up here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks and a dangerous opportunity. It's going to be Ivan Leon standing over it to take. 3 on the wall for the Green Canyon Wolves. Gage Sorensen, goalkeeper for the Wolves, setting up his wall at the near post. Leon leaves it for Vasquez. Vasquez rips it from distance, and Sorensen collects. Green Canyon now trying to hit on a counter. That ball goes in the middle for Cannon Clark. Clark takes a touch, plays it into Knight. Knight back to Clark. Clark over the top, looking back in the direction of Colby Knight. Knight giving pressure. Pirtle comes across and boots it away. Lands at the feet of Stockton Ashcroft. Now it's Cannon Clark. Poked away. In possession is Mason Sadler. Sadler out wide to Stevens. Stevens trying to get around Doshku. Stevens into Torres. Torres now trying to take it into the box. A foul called and a free kick and a dangerous opportunity here for Green Canyon. Not too far out the top of the 18, this free kick. It's going to be Colby Knight standing over it to take for the Green Canyon Wolves. 33-10 left to go here in the first half. Tied up at 0-0. Green Canyon with the free kick. Colby Knight and Cannon Clark now standing over it as well. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the wall for the Ridgeline Riverhawks, including one player trying to sneak behind it. Now it goes down to 5. Clark leaves it for Knight. Knight with a left-footed shot off the wall. And now coming the other way is Ivan Leon. Colby Knight battling it out. Leon playing it out wide in the direction of Dean. Dean plays it up back to Leon. Leon now trying to get around his defender. Cut out nicely by Green Canyon. Looks like that's Tanner Farron. Ball goes out of bounds and out. Vasquez trying to poke it through to Leon. Leon taking a shot. Takes a deflection. Still in the box. At the back post is Reed into the area. Doshku will hit it from distance, and it goes wide. Owen Doshku hitting it with power from distance, and it goes wide of the post. Good opportunity there for Ridgeline. Ball coming the other way now with Tanner Farron. Farron and Green Canyon coming the other way. Reed gets a header on it. Comes back, Stevens with the touch. Pirtle with the header. And that's going to go all the way back now to the goalkeeper, Crosby West. As Ridgeline have an opportunity here to cut out their lines. That ball will go wide to Tate Hickman. Or excuse me, that's Dean. Out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for Green Canyon. Sadler trying to win it back in the middle of the park. Hickman plays it over to Vasquez. Vasquez with the head. Gets it out to a running off Garrison Reed. Reed now taking it into the box. Reed. And a nice defensive effort there from Zach May, who just clears it out. Doshku trying to keep it in for Ridgeline. The cross comes in, back post looking for Leon, and it sails over Ivan Leon and goes out of bounds and out. Goal kick coming up here for the Green Canyon Wolves. Ball in play here on the near side with Zach May. May up to Stevens. Stevens with a nice touch back to May. May now looking for Colby Knight. Nicely shielded off and defended there by Leif Olson. Reed to throw it in. In the middle now for Diego Tetters. And a foul called. Free kick. Ashcroft trying to get around. One back by Ridgeline. And nicely defended there by Green Canyon. Torres gets a header on it. Ball goes out wide to Dean. Cut out. And now here comes Green Canyon. Ball up to Torres. Torres trying to play it through, looking for Colby Knight. Knife against Olson. Olson wins the race. And Olson comes across and pokes that one away. Throwing coming up here for Green Canyon. Ball back in play in possession with Drew Agee. Agee plays it into the middle for Cannon Clark. Clark losing out possession. Sadler pokes it away. Out of bounds and out. Ridgeline throw-in. It'll be Dean on the far side to throw it in. Ball back in play as Leon with a nice little sombrerito to get it over. Finds Vasquez. Vasquez now over the top. Hickman tries to bring it down, and Hickman waved offside. The offside flag raised, and a free kick coming up here for Green Canyon. Green Canyon will boot this one away. Olson and Knight giving chase. Comes off of Dean. And we'll have a corner kick coming up for the number 3 Green Canyon. And a good opportunity here for the Wolves to try to take the lead. Taken quickly. Ashcroft. Back to Ashcroft. Ashcroft crosses it in. Olson is there. Poked away. Dean clears it out. Sadler brings it down the middle of the park. Sadler now playing it out to Zach May. May up the sideline to Stevens. Stevens now trying to take it in. Stevens in for Colby Knight. Knight goes to ground. Knight get backs on his feet. One back. Vasquez plays it up. Tanner Farron giving chase. Nicely one back by Tate Hickman. Hickman plays it in the middle now for Teeters. Cross comes in and safely into the hands of Gage Sorensen, who's off his line. Green Canyon now in possession. That ball will go all the way back to Gage Sorensen. Sorensen plays it to Farron. Tanner Farron scanning, looking, boots it over, switches it wide to Agee. Drew Agee into Ashcroft. Ashcroft now taking it in, goes to ground, a foul called, and a free kick coming up here for the Green Canyon Wolves, and we'll have a yellow card caution issued to Stockton Green.
In for Ridgeline, number 3.
Stockton Green goes into the book. Checking in will be Miguel Gustav. And the first yellow card goes to the designated home side here in the Riverhawks. Free kick for Green Canyon. Ball booted up, going back post. And towering over it is Alto Pirtle to clear it out. Ball coming up now to Leon. Leon around Zach May. May tracking back defensively. Zach May doing a great job defensively to win it back. Here comes Cannon Clark. Clark up to Knight. Knight into Torres. Torres now playing it over the top. Trying to find a running off Cannon Clark. And it goes safely into the hands of Crosby West. Ball out wide now to Dean. Dean playing it into Teeters. Now it's Pirtle. Ridgeline here trying to control a little bit of possession. Ball back out wide to Dean. Dean back to Alto Pirtle. Pirtle playing it up. And one back by Green Canyon momentarily. Takes a couple of deflections. Nicely done there by the Wolves. And we'll have a stoppage in play. There's a collision between a Green Canyon player and a Ridgeline player. Just making sure that Gavin Buck is all right. I have a drop ball here to get things back in play. Ball comes down and it's Cannon Clark. Ball goes all the way back now to Tanner Farron. Farron looking, scanning, boots it over the top. Dean is there. We'll bring it down with his header. Doshku trying to poke it through. Finds Hickman. Hickman brings it down. Now it's Gustav. Miguel Gustav. Cut out by Green Canyon. Here comes Cannon Clark, middle of the park. Ball out wide. It's Ashcroft. Ashcroft will go back to Drew Agee. Buck back to Agee. And ball given away as Doshku wins it back. Doshku cuts inside. Plays it to Gustav. Gustav has time. Gustav has space. Plays it out wide. Leon keeps his footing. Reed back to Leon. Leon settles it off for Gustav. Gustav now trying to play it up the sideline towards Reed. Nicely cut out by the Wolves. Cannon Clark. Ball goes out wide now to Stockton Ashcroft. Ashcroft playing it in to Knight. Knight takes a heavy touch. One back by Pirtle. Pirtle to Gustav. Gustav now turning, spinning, looking. Vasquez in possession. Cut out by three Green Canyon players. Cannon Clark playing it back to Agee. Agee into Torres. Torres trying to turn. Nicely cut out by Teeters. Cannon Clark out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft will go back to Drew Agee off the deflection. And safely back to Gage Sorensen. Sorensen now trying to play it out of the back. Goes out wide the other way to on the near side to Zach May. Tanner Farron now near the top of the 18. Back out wide to May. Ball coming up the sideline. Leif Erickson fighting it out with Colby Knight. Knight trying to get around Olsen. And Olsen doing a great job defensively. Cuts it out, wins it back. Cannon Clark in the middle of the park. Playing it to Torres. Back to Clark. Olsen will cover, and Olsen will let this one roll out of bounds and out. Goal kick coming up here for the Riverhawks. Take an opportunity to look at these two sides. Coming into this one, it is the number 2 Ridgeline Riverhawks sitting at 14-2 overall. Finished 8-2 in Region 11. Won the region championship up there in Cache Valley. Finished number 2 in the RPI with 55 goals scored and only 15 goals conceded on the season. A couple of notable wins for Ridgeline includes a 3-1 win over a 5A semifinalist in Hunter. And then a couple of early losses in region play. One to Green Canyon, 1-0. One to Logan, 4-3. Started off a region play with a bumpy record, but nonetheless, Ridgeline able to turn it around, including beating Green Canyon the second time around, 4-0. They are unbeaten since mid-April, coming into this one with a 7-game win streak. As they got the first round bye, beat Mountain View 4-1 in the second round, and they got a 1-0 quarterfinal win against the Crimson Cliffs Mustangs. This is a very good, very talented Ridgeline side, and look, that Region 11 was no joke this season, as it was a good region all around. You had Logan competing, you had Ridgeline competing, and then, of course, you had the other team, the number 3 Green Canyon, competing for that region. But the Green Canyon Wolves come to this one at 12-4 overall, finished 7-3 in region play. That was enough for a second-place finish in Region 11. Reed trying to get a shot off, nicely defended by Green Canyon. Ball coming the other way as Clark boots it out. The number 3 in the RPI, they have 42 goals scored so far this year, 18 goals against. Reed up the sideline. Ball goes out of bounds and out, thrown coming up here for Ridgeline. The 4 losses, for Green Canyon comes to 6A Fremont, where they lost 2-1 in overtime. They lost to Skyview 3-2. They lost to Mountain Crest 2-1 in overtime. And, of course, that 4-0 loss to Ridgeline. But they do have the 1-0 win over the Riverhawks in the first fixture of region play against this side. Got the first round bye with the number 3 seed. The cross comes in, poked away. They beat Provo 3-2 in the second round of playoffs, and then a big 5-1 win over Uinta in the quarterfinals. Has the defending champions back in Zions Bank Stadium looking for another title. Free kick coming up here for Green Canyon. 19:55 left to go here in the first half. All knotted up at 0-0. This is a replay of last year's quarterfinal match where Ridgeline lost to Green Canyon 1-0. Ridgeline, 2-time state champions, 1 time in 2017, 1 time in 2021, and looking for their 3rd this season. As mentioned, Green Canyon last year were the state champions, beating Mountain Crest in the 4A state championship game and winning their first ever boys soccer state championship. The cross comes in from Clark, near post, straight into the hands of Crosby West. And West doing a great job there at the near post to collect. Ball coming the other way as Benjamin Cotter in possession. Cotter now plays it over to Dushku. Ball coming out wide to Gustav. Gustav settles it. Gustav cuts inside. Miguel pokes one over the top, looking in the direction of Vasquez. Vasquez into the box. Vasquez with the shot and can't put it on frame as it goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. Great opportunity there for Ridgeline. Vasquez using his speed to get in behind the defense and his physicality to keep that ball, but unfortunately can't put it on frame. Big opportunity for the Skyhawks. That goes over the bar and begging.
And for Green Canyon, number 8, Luke Whitby.
Goal kick taken short and quick to Tanner Farron. Farron will boot this one away. Teeters wins it. Ashcroft playing it up to Colby Knight. Knight now against Pirtle. Pirtle doing a great job defensively. And Alto Pirtle clearing it out for Ridgeline. Throw in taken quickly as Colby Knight now in possession. Knight playing it out to Ashcroft. Ashcroft back to Knight. Knight will cross it in, takes a deflection. Torres finds Cannon Clark. Clark with the heavy touch, one back by Ridgeline. Olsen gets a header on it. Takes a deflection, goes out of bounds, and now we'll have a throw-in coming up for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Players to watch for both sides. For number 2, Ridgeline. Number 10, Vasquez, who has 19 goals and 14 assists so far on the year. Number 7, Hickman, who has 15 goals and 9 assists for the Riverhawks. And number 9, Leon, who has 8 goals and 12 assists on the year. Ball goes out of bounds, and now we'll have a corner kick coming up for Green Canyon. Players to watch for Green Canyon, it's going to be number 9, Colby Knight, who has 17 goals and 6 assists coming into this one. Stockton Ashcroft with 10 goals, 6 assists, and number 11, Cannon Clark, with 5 goals and 3 assists. Cannon Clark here on the near side to take the corner. The cross comes in, looking back post, takes a deflection. Pirtle is there, tries to clear it out, takes a hop, and Crosby West doing a good job to adjust to that ball and make sure he collects. West will now boot this one away, drops, and it's away. Trying to battle it out there is Vasquez, one back by Green Canyon. Ball coming over to Tanner Farron. Sadler using his physicality to keep possession in the middle of the park. Out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft cuts it back, goes to ground, one back by Ridgehawks. Up now to Leon. Leon up the sideline, taking it up towards the edge of the 18. Leon now looking for a cross. The cross comes in, takes a deflection off of Drew Agee, and it goes out of bounds and out. We'll have a corner kick coming up for the designated home side in the Riverhawks. Going out for the corner is going to be Diego Vasquez, the senior midfielder, over on the far side to take. Vasquez, the cross comes in, looking back post, just goes over the head of Drew. And out of bounds and out. Throwing coming up here for Green Canyon. Taken quickly, given away. Ridgeline wins it back in the attacking third. And now it's Reed. Garrison Reed will cross it in, looking for Vasquez. Goes over the head of Vasquez and safely comes off his line is Gage Sorensen. Played out quickly. It's Stockton Ashcroft taking it up. Finds Torres. Torres trying to poke it back to Ashcroft. That ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up here for the Riverhawks again. Stockton Green. Back to Green. Now it's Dean. Trying to turn there was Cotter. Still in possession as Leon looks to cross it in. Leon with a step over that gets caught underneath, given away, but quickly won back by the Riverhawks. Here comes Teeters. Teeters playing it in now to Vasquez. Vasquez out wide to Gustav. Gustav cuts up the sideline. Gustav, step over the cross, and safely into the hands of Gage Sorensen. Riverhawks doing better on the attack now. Couple of good opportunities in the last few minutes. Nothing able to find the back of the net yet. Step over. Takes a deflection off of Cotter. And he'll go out of bounds and out for the goal kick. Substitution coming up for both sides is Tate Hickman checking back in for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Hickman. Checking in for Green Canyon is number 7, Stevens.
Brent Stevens.
Short goal kick left for Gavin Buck. Buck comes across to Farron. Farron goes back to Buck across the back line. Buck now in possession. Carries for the Wolves. Ball will go back to Farron. Wide now to Zach May. Green Canyon trying to build it out of the back here, just holding possession at the moment. Farron plays it up in the middle for Colby Knight. Knight turns. Knight out wide to Drew Agee. Agee giving chase. Agee does a good job to keep it in. Cuts back, leaves it for Ashcroft. Ashcroft now looking in the middle for Sadler. Nice touch there by Whitby. Goes back to Farron. Farron over the top. Olsen doing a great job there to come across with the header. Ball out wide to Ashcroft. Kept in bounds by Colby Knight. Colby Knight, one of the goal scorers for Green Canyon in last year's semifinal matchup. Top goal scorer for Green Canyon this season. We'll see if he's the one that can get Green Canyon back into the state championship game. Stevens doing a good job there to keep that one in bounds. In the middle now for Whippy. Whippy leaves it for Sadler. Sadler out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft losing out possession. Here comes Leon. Leon leaves it for Teeters. Nicely cut out there by Stockton. Ashcroft comes off of Ashcroft. And we'll have a throw-in coming up here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. A substitution as well for the designated home side as Owen Doshku checks back in.
Returning for Ridgeline, number 19, Owen Doshku.
Diego Teeters heads to the bench for a breather. Ball back in play. Doshku gets his first touch. Up the sideline to Leon. Leon, the cross comes in. The header off of Buck. It'll go out of bounds and out. Corner kick coming up here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. 10 minutes left to go here in the first. All tied up at 0-0. Set piece opportunity for the designated home side of the number 2 Ridgeline Riverhawks. Diego Vasquez over on the far side to take. Vasquez, 2 hands up. The cross comes in. Drives into the back post. Punched away by Sorensen. Reed tracking it down. Torres boots this one away. Stevens trying to track it down. Olsen with the head. Comes down, lands at Hickman only momentarily as Sadler is able to boot it out. Vasquez brings it in. Vasquez switches it over to Gustav here on the near side. Gustav taking it into the box. Leaves it for Leon. Leon now with the shot from distance. Just over the bar. Not far off there from Ivan Leon. As he cuts inside, puts it on his right, gets the shot off, and just inches over the bar. Ridgeline that close to opening the scoring. Ball goes out of bounds and out. Thrown coming up here for Green Canyon. It's going to be Drew Agee to throw it in. Looking for Whitby, one back by Ridgeline. Vasquez brings it in. Vasquez to Leon. Leon controls it in the middle of the park. Leon gets around 1, gets around 2. Leon taking another shot from distance. That one goes wide. Substitutions as Benjamin Cotter checking back in. It's going to be Diego Vasquez heading out for a breather.
In for Ridgeline, number 16, Benjamin Cotter. In for Green Canyon, number 19.
Ball comes out now to Dean. Out of bounds and out. One back by Ridgeline. Hickman there gets a touch. Leon trying to flick it off. One back by Green Canyon. Here comes Sadler. Sadler plays it out wide in the direction of back into Sadler. Torres now. Trying to play it in. One back by Ridgeline. Stevens coming across with the tackle. Wins it back. Zach May. May playing it out wide to Stevens. Stevens now looking in the direction of Torres. Torres trying to flick it through. Pirtle coming across defensively. and wins it back. Pirtle now carries, has time, has space. Sadler giving chase. Drew G comes across, cuts it out. Sadler now in the middle of the park. Sadler goes wide, takes a deflection off the ref, and so we'll have a drop ball. Entertaining first half here at Zions Bank Stadium. Both sides with some good opportunities, but still looking for the opener as we are all leveled up at 0-0. 6:25 left to go here in the first. Green Canyon. Ball out wide. Back now to Drew G. Buck plays it into Sadler. Sadler back out wide in the direction of Steed. Or excuse me, that's McBride. All the way back now to Farron. Ball booted up. Whitby trying to win it in the middle of the park. Cut out by Stockton Green. Up now to Cotter. Benjamin Cotter up the sideline against a G. Cotter now taking it in. Crosses it in. Can't keep it in bounds as it just barely crosses over the end line. Goal kick coming up here for the Green Canyon Wolves. Gage Sorensen will boot this one away. Keeps this one close to Tanner Farron. Farron gets it up and away. Stevens flicks it up with his head. Can't keep that one in bounds as it's going to be a throw-in for the Riverhawks. Hickman brings it in. Hickman now to Gustav. Gustav into Dushku. Dushku now trying to find Leon running off. Leon up the sideline. Defended by May. Zach May against Leon. Leon cuts back in, cuts back out, cuts back in. Gustav takes a heavy touch, and he'll have to go out to Dean. Dean crosses it in, looking near post. Sorensen punches it away. Dushku's there. Sorensen with the save, and Gustav puts it in. It's a goal for the Riverhawks. Just before the break, Sorensen comes up with the save, but it's not enough as it lands at the feet of Gustav, and Gustav puts it into the back of the net. The Riverhawks lead. .443 before the break.
The Ridgeline goal was scored by number 3, Miguel Gustav.
Ball back in play. Sadler out wide now to Drew G. Up the sideline to Whitby. Sadler now in the middle of the park. Sadler tries to float one through to Torres. Safely back into the hands of Crosby West. 1-0. Ridgeline leads it. Buck. Drew G. In the middle now for Sadler. Sadler will go out wide to Stevens. Stevens brings it down. Steven pokes it through. Colby Knight giving chase, but Garrison Reed will get there first. Gustav, the goal scorer, is fouled. And we'll have a stoppage in play here. Free kick here coming up for Ridgeline. That ball booted away by Stockton Green. Goes to the other sideline. Dean tracking it down. Dean plays it into Cotter. Cotter up the sideline against Buck. The cross comes in, takes a deflection off of Buck. Corner kick coming up for the Riverhawks. And Ridgeline, despite taking the lead, their foot is on the gas. They want another one before we head to the break. Substitution coming up as Cotter will be checking out Checking back in is Diego Vasquez.
Back in for Ridgeline, number 10, Diego Vasquez.
Clock winding down here on the first half. Vasquez with his first touch since checking back in will be to take the corner. Over on the far side, it's Vasquez. The whistle blows. Vasquez, 2 hands up. The cross comes in. Near post. Booted away. Stockton Green brings it down. Green cut out by Clark. Clark carries. Clark brings it up in the middle of the park. Nicely cut out by the goal scorer, Miguel Gustav. And Gustav has provided a nice spark off the bench for the Riverhawks. Ball in play, flick through, looking for Vasquez. Nicely cut out by Sadler. Gustav will play it back to Pirtle. Pirtle to Olsen. Olsen carries. Cuts it back. Torres trying to win it off. Olsen will now play it out wide to Garrison Reed. Reed back in the middle looking for Vasquez. Cut out by Tanner Farron. Clark gets a touch. And that ball will just go all the way back into the hands of Gage Sorensen. Drew G up the sideline to Whitby. Back now to Buck. Gavin Buck boots this one up. Knight flicks it on. Whitby trying to track it down. Nicely cut out by Dean. One in the middle of the park by Vasquez, and then cut out by Colby Knight. Sadler. Back to a G. A G in the middle now to Buck. 1 minute left to go here at Zions Bank Stadium. In the first half. Does Green Canyon have something up their sleeve before we head to the break? Farron. Farron carries with time, with space. Up to Knight. Knight tries to flick it through. It's now Lopez. Or excuse me, Leon. Leon plays it over the top. Giving chase is Hickman. Sorensen off his line. Stockton Green. Cut out by Drew Agee. Agee trying to turn. Cut out by Ridgeline. Here comes Leon. Leon into Vasquez. Vasquez out wide to Reed. Garrison Reed with 10, with 9.
7.
The cross comes
6,
in.
5.
Booted away.
4, 3.
Takes
2,
a bounce.
1.
Duck Shoe was trying to get the shot off, but that'll do it.
That concludes the first half.
We've reached the end of the first half here in Game 2 of the 4A semifinals, and it is the Ridgeline Riverhawks who takes the lead to the break thanks to a goal from Miguel Gustav late in the first half. We're going to take a quick step away here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always, presented by Heidemann & Associates. Stick with us for second half action when we return. Welcome back into Zions Bank Stadium. I'm Alex Napolis, happy to be with you today for the 4A semifinals. It's Game 2. And it's a 1-0 lead for the Ridgeline Riverhawks as we head to the second half. Thanks to a goal from Miguel Gustav late in the first, the number 2 in the RPI leads it 1-0. And the winner of this one heads to America First Field to face off the Murray Spartans, who won earlier today. Getting set to get the ball rolling here in the second half as we are underway once more from Zions Bank. It's the Ridgeline Riverhawks in the black, shooting to the right of your screen here in the second half, and it is the Green Canyon Wolves shooting to the left in the white. Ball booted away by Sadler. Zach May playing it up. One back as Duckshoe brings it down. One back by Green Canyon. Here comes Cannon Clark. Clark playing it up to Colby Knight. Knight crosses it in, and it goes out of bounds. Now goal kick coming up here for the Riverhawks. It's going to be Crosby West to boot it away. Takes a bounce over Hickman, and Drew Agee goes to ground. Free kick coming up here for the Green Canyon Wolves. Tanner Farron, the center back, coming across to take. Farron boots this one up, puts it into the mix. The header from Olsen goes over the bar and out. Corner kick coming up here for the Wolves as they look to tie things up. Colby Knight over on the far side to take. Has the option short. And he'll look to cross it in. The ball comes in near posts. Torres is there, pokes it away, takes a deflection, and booted away by Ridgeline. Brought down by Zach May. May boots it up, looking over the top, back towards Colby Knight. Knight goes to ground, and a penalty called! Colby Knight goes to ground, and a penalty called for the Wolves. Penalty for Green Canyon early here in the second half, and an opportunity to tie it up from 12 yards out. It's going to be the sophomore midfielder, Cannon Clark, stepping up. Clark against West. Official giving the final instructions here to Crosby West. The whistle, Clark steps up, the shot, puts it in, and we got a tie ball game.
Green Canyon goal.
Cannon Clark buries it into the back of the net to tie it up 1-1 with 37:56 left to go here in the second. The defending champion back on level terms, and a dream start to the second half for the designated visiting side. That is Cannon Clark's sixth goal of the season. And the ball back in play. Ridgeline quickly in the attacking third. It's Hickman who brings it down, leaves it for Leon. Leon now taking it in. Crossover into the box. He goes down, and nothing called. We play on. Stockton Ashcroft goes to the sideline. Cut out by Teeters. One back by Ridgeline. Hickman trying to play it through. Stockton Green brings it down. Green will go out wide to the other side towards Garrison Reed. Reed now crosses it in. Sadler at the top of the 18 trying to cut it out. Vasquez battling it out. And finally booted away by the Wolves. Got a handball called against Colby Knight. A free kick coming up here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Stockton Green to take the free kick. Boots it up and into the hands of Gage Sorensen off his line to collect. Sorensen, who came up with a couple of good saves in that first half for the Wolves. Drew Agee up to Ashcroft. Back now to Agee. It's going to be Buck. Buck who goes across to Tanner Farron. Up the sideline to Zach May. May takes a heavy touch, cut out by Ridgeline. Here comes the Riverhawks. Ball in the middle now for Diego Vasquez. Vasquez leaves it to Teeters. Cut out by Sadler only momentarily as Garrison Reed back in possession. Leon flicks it off. Nice touch there. Ball into the box. The shot, and it hits the backside of the net. Good opportunity there for Ridgeline to try to get back into the lead as Owen Doshku with the shot. That goes just wide. Buck plays it on the near side here to Drew Agee. Agee up the side. Pirtle gets ahead on it, lands at Knight. Knight through to Torres. Torres trying to collect. And Alto Pirtle doing an amazing job defensively to cut that one out. Throw-in coming up here corner kick coming up here for the defending champs. Green Canyon with a set-piece opportunity. Everybody lined up at the back post. Torres, the cross comes in near post. Flicked on. Colby Knight trying to collect, booted away, takes a couple of deflections. Knight giving chase, flicks it back with his head. Stevens taking a shot from distance, and it goes over the bar and out for the goal kick. It's going to be Crosby West to boot this one away. Nicely flicked on there. It's Garrison Reed up the sideline. Cut out by Green Canyon. Dushku wins it back. Cut out by Buck. Lands at Teeters. Ashcroft with a nice sliding tackle. In possession still is the Riverhawks. Vasquez up the sideline to Hickman. Hickman will settle it to Dean. Dean crosses it into the box near post, and it's in! Punched into the net by Gage Sorensen. Oh, how unfortunate! It'll go down as an own goal, but Dean with the cross, and Ridgeline back in front.
Ridgeline goal.
The cross came in with speed, with power. At the near post, Sorensen tries to punch it away, and it goes into his own net. Ridgeline take the lead over the defending champions. In now to Torres. Torres tries to flick it through back to Knight. Cleared away. Torres with a header into Knight. Knight has a runner on to his left. Cuts it back inside. Colby Knight takes it in. Colby Knight with the shot. That goes out. And a close opportunity there for Colby Knight to tie it back up. Goal kick here for Ridgeline. Ball booted away. Brought down by Leon. Garrison Reed boots it away. The header there from Buck. Sadler now gets a boot on it. Lands at Torres. Torres flicks it on to Knight. Colby Knight brings it down. Defended by Olsen. Colby Knight out wide to Stevens. Stevens cuts it back. And out of bounds and out thrown coming up here for Green Canyon. Lands at Cannon Clark. Back now tonight. Nicely done there by Diego Vasquez to win it back. Here comes Vasquez. Vasquez plays it up now to Leon. Leon pokes it through looking for Hickman. It's a foot race. Sorensen off his line, boots it away. Leon flicks it through. One back, and now here comes Torres. Torres settles it. It leaves it for Ashcroft. Ashcroft back in for Joaquin Torres. Or excuse me, Giovanni Torres. One back now. Here's Hickman. Here comes Leon. Leon gets around one, gets around two, and a foul called. .31-20 left to go here in the second half. Ridgeline lead it. Stockton Green standing over the ball to take. Ball goes over and out for the goal kick. Goal kick coming up here for Green Canyon and an opportunity to clear their lines. It'll go short to Tanner Farron. Farron goes out wide to Zach May. May up the sideline. Reed cuts it out. Back into Vasquez. Vasquez out wide to Teeters. And it takes a deflection off of a Wolf. It'll be a throw-in coming up here for the number 2. Ball in. Leon at the top of the 18. Leon with the volley that can't put it on frame. And it goes out of bounds and out. Goal kick coming up here for Green Canyon. Goal kick taken short. And it's now Tanner Farron who brings it up for the designated visitors. Back to May. Farron. All the way back to Sorensen. Sorensen playing it to Drew Agee. Buck boots it away. Stockton Green trying to win in the middle of the park. Torres brings it down. Torres taking it up. Torres through to Colby Knight. Olsen coming across, cuts it out defensively, and pokes it away as that ball goes out of bounds and out for the throw-in. Taken quickly as Colby Knight in possession. Colby Knight trying to take it into the box. Olsen again there with a towering presence on the back line. Cannon Clark takes a heavy touch, is able to keep possession. May taking a shot from distance. That's wide of the post. And a goal kick coming up here for Ridgeline. It'll be Crosby West to boot it away. West. One by Buck. Takes a bounce. Knight with the header. Lands at Clark. Clark pokes it through to Knight. Knight back to Clark. Torres now flicks it through. Takes a couple of deflections, and now the ball coming the other way with Vasquez. Sadler doing a good job to win back possession. Ashcroft. Pirtle coming across defensively. Dean boots it away. Buck cuts it out. Sadler leaves it for Drew Agee. Now it's Ashcroft. Overlapping is Agee. Teeters doing a great job defensively to cut that one out. Torres trying to flick it through. And it's Alto Pirtle who boots it away. Lands at Teeters. Green now with a clearance. Zach May. Into Cannon Clark. Clark leaves it for Sadler. Sadler back to Clark. Clark out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft looking for Torres. Takes the deflection. And Cannon Clark goes to ground. Nicely done from Cannon Clark to try to win it back. Ball goes out of bounds and out. We'll have a throw-in coming up here for the Green Canyon Wolves. Sadler using his head. Drew G trying to battle it out here on the near sideline. Goes over Leon. Takes a deflection. Kept in bounds. Hickman wins it back. Leon back to Hickman. Hickman boots it over. And that'll just trickle back safely to Tanner Farron. Farron in possession. In now to Colby Knight. Colby Knight trying to get around one. And it's Olsen again coming up huge defensively for Ridgeline. Ball ends up at the feet of Torres. Torres now to Ashcroft. Ashcroft taking it into the box. Stockton Ashcroft against Dean. Dean using his foot to come across defensively. And we'll have a goal kick. Substitutions coming up here for the home side as Benjamin Cotter checks back in, as well as one of the goal scorers in Miguel Gustav. Heading out for a breather will be Diego Teeters and Ivan Leon. Ball going out wide to Garrison Reed. Reed pokes one over the top. Vasquez brings it down. Vasquez in now for Gustav. Gustav lets it bounce off his chest. Ashcroft giving chase. Stockton Ashcroft trying to keep it in. And that ball out of bounds. And out throwing coming up here for the designated home side. Dean plays it quickly to Vasquez. Vasquez switches it over to a running off Garrison Reed. Reed taking it in. Up the sideline. Doku into the box. Takes a deflection and cleared out by Green Canyon. Colby Knight now coming the other way. Colby Knight slips. One back by Olsen. Olsen takes on one. Olsen up the sideline. The cross comes in from Cotter. And cleared out by Green Canyon. Here comes Cannon Clark. Former RSL Academy product, Cannon Clark. In tonight. Back to Clark. Clark plays it tonight. Looking for Torres. One back by Hickman. Here comes Green Canyon. As that ball played through. Buck giving chase. Buck pokes it out. Drew a G to Sadler. Back out to a G. Ashcroft doing a good job there to get it through. Clark goes to ground and a foul called. Free kick coming up here for Green Canyon. Ball out wide now to Zach May. Into Clark. Clark taking a shot from distance. Comfortably saved there by Crosby West. West will boot this one away. Takes a header off of Gustav. Ashcroft trying to win it back. Ridgeline in possession. It's Vasquez. Vasquez looking to switch it across to Garrison Reed. Reed brings it down, poked away by Stevens, and a throw-in coming up here for the Riverhawks. Cotter trying to poke it through. Vasquez losing out possession. Stevens now up to Torres. It's Clark. Cut out there by Alto Pirtle. And a foul called. We'll have a free kick and a stoppage in play as Cannon Clark goes into the book. Yellow card caution issued to the sophomore, Cannon Clark.
Green Canyon substitution number 8, Luke Whitby.
Checking in will be Luke Whitby after the yellow card. Free kick coming up here for Ridgeline as Stockton Green will boot this one up and away. Hickman tries to bring it down to Dean. That ball goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up here for Green Canyon. Another substitution as Cannon Clark checking back in.
And for Ridgeline, number 8, Diego Teeters.
Diego Teeters checking in as well for the Riverhawks.
And for Green Canyon, number 11, Cannon Clark.
Another throw-in coming up. Clark brings it down. Clark pokes it away. Throw in again for the Wolves, as it's going to be Drew G here on the near side to throw it in. Looking for Torres. Torres brings it down. Torres up the sideline. Torres into the box. And Garrison Reed boots this one away. Ball back in place. Sadler to Whitby. Whitby loses out possession. Sadler now for Green Canyon. Sadler pokes it through, looking for Knight. Knight settles it back, looking for Cannon Clark. And Gustav doing a good job to win it back. Hickman pokes it through. Cotter brings it down. Tanner Farron now in possession for the Wolves. Ball out wide to Ashcroft. Sadler comes out wide to Drew Agee. Agee to Whitby. Whitby back into Sadler. Sadler now to May. Possession here for the Wolves. Sadler. Up now to Colby Knight, who tries it from distance. And safely into the hands of Crosby West. Good save there from the sophomore goalkeeper. Ridgeline leads at 2-1. Halfway through the second half, 20 minutes left for Green Canyon to try to get back into this one, and for Ridgeline to hold on to that lead. Tanner Farron. Ashcroft out wide on the far side. Back to Zach May. Ashcroft. Taking it in possession now in the middle of the park is Sadler. Sadler out to Whitby. Whitby has Drew Agee overlapping. Gives it to Agee. Agee in looking for Torres. Takes a deflection off of Torres. Torres trying to take a shot. Nicely cut out by Alto Pirtle. And Giovanni Torres doing a good job to keep possession here. Sadler. To May. Ashcroft on the far side. Gets around one. Can't get around two. Cut out by Ridgeline. Here comes Cotter, who takes a step. Going up the sideline now is Benjamin Cotter. Defended by May. Coming across two is Buck. Buck shielding it off, and Buck doing a great job defensively to cut it out. Substitution getting ready here for Ridgeline as Ivan Leon checking back in.
Substitution for the Riverhawks, number 9, Ivan Leon.
Checking off will be Tate Hickman. Goal kick taken quickly. It'll be Tanner Farron who brings it up for Green Canyon. Throw in coming up again for Green Canyon. It's now Colby Knight. Knight leaves it for Cannon Clark. Clark up the sideline. Ashcroft trying to get around Dean. That ball out of bounds and out. Throw in coming up here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Taken quickly to Olsen. Olsen boots this one away. Vasquez. Garrison Reed running up the sideline. Reed now pokes it through to Leon. Leon gets around Buck. Leon into the box. Leon takes it in. The cross across the face of goal. Takes a bounce and cleared away by Green Canyon. Ivan Leon doing a fantastic job in front of goal. And with a little bit of luck, Green Canyon able to poke that one away. Corner kick coming up here for the Riverhawks. The cross comes in. Back post. And now here comes Garrison Reed. Reed goes to ground. Cut out and cleared by the Riverhawks. It's now Diego Vasquez. Vasquez flicks it on over the top to the goal scorer, Gustav. Gustav looking for a second, takes it into the box. The cross comes in, looking back post. Cleared away by Ashcroft. Vasquez tracks it down and keeps it in the attacking third for the Riverhawks. Vasquez up the sideline, crosses it in. Leon is there, the header, saved by Sorensen. Great job there from Leon to get himself all by himself at the back post. Good snap down header, but Sorensen covers well. Green Canyon now in possession. Drew a G on the near side. Back to Buck. Back to a G. And now Green Canyon will go all the way back to Gage Sorensen. Tanner Farron. Farron boots it up in the direction of Colby Knight. Knight taking it in against Olsen. Takes a deflection off of Olsen. And a corner kick coming up. 15-10. Left to go here. Corner taken quickly. Colby Knight now crosses it in, taking it from distance. Goes over the bar and out. Substitution as Tate Hickman gets ready to check back in. Diego Vasquez heading out for a breather.
In for Ridgeline, number 7, Tate Hickman.
Ball in the middle of the park. It's going to be Stockton Green who brings it in. Green has time, has space, carries. Cut out there by Green Canyon. It's Whitby. Up to Clark. Clark has Ashcroft wide, goes to Ashcroft. Ashcroft up the sideline, trying to get around Teeters. Dean now coming across, and nothing called there. We'll have a goal kick coming up as Dean doing a great job defensively. Crosby West to boot this one away for the Riverhawks. Ball played in. Torres. Whitby pokes it through to Clark. Clark looking back for Torres. And Torres losing out possession there is the Green Canyon Wolves. Ball booted away. Tanner Farron loses track of the ball. Here goes Benjamin Cotter. Cotter's in behind the defense. Cotter taking a shot. Big defensive read there from Gavin Buck. And the ball now cleared out by the Green Canyon center back. Still in the attacking third is the Riverhawks. Now ball coming the other way is Cannon Clark in possession. Playing out wide to Zach May. Now in for Sadler. Sadler carries with time, with space. Out wide to Ashcroft. In now to Clark. Clark cuts inside. Goes around Dean. And nicely cut out there by Tate Hickman. All the way back to Crosby West. Coming up on the near sideline, it's going to be Garrison Reed who takes a heavy touch. And that ball will be out of bounds and out. Throwing coming up now for the Designated visitors. Poke through, looking for Sadler. Cut out by Teeters. Teeters, who boots it up and away. Tracking all the way back will be the goalkeeper, Gage Sorensen. Green Canyon still in possession here. Time running out. Ball floated over the top. And that will go out of bounds and out. Throwing coming up for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Diego Vasquez checking back in. Heading to the bench will be Benjamin Cotter.
And for the Wolves, number 7, Brent Stevens.
Ball out now for Stevens. Stevens to Giovanni Torres. Torres back into Stevens. Stevens. Clark. Clark turns. Clark out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft cuts into his left, taking a shot from distance. Saved and brought in. No spilled. And now collected by Crosby West. Dangerous opportunity there from Green Canyon, but Crosby West, the sophomore goalkeeper, comes up big and keeps this 1-1. Whitby brings it down. Now it's a G. Heavy touch cut out there by Vasquez, and we'll have a free kick and a foul called. Yellow card caution issued to Miguel Gustav, the guy who got the scoring started here at Zions Bank. And he'll head to the bench now with the yellow card.
Number 19, Owen Dushku.
Checking in will be Dushku.
In for Green Canyon, number 24, Jacob Chadwick.
Ball booted up over the top, looking back post. Dean is there with a header. And that ball will trickle out of bounds and out. Green Canyon with the throw into Knight. Knight turns, spins. Cut out by Vasquez. Here comes Diego Vasquez. Trying to come quickly, cut out. Whitby trying to play it through. Nicely cleared out by Garrison Reed. And a foul called. Free kick and a yellow card issued to Gavin Buck. Buck will now have to head to the bench.
In for Green Canyon, number 6, Zachary May.
And we have an issue with the clock before we... Clock in the stadium says 10:33. The official wants 10:20. So we wait as we wait for the clock to change. Well, I have a break in play. Just want to remind you that we are not done after this. The playoffs continue here on KSLSports.com. Coming up after this, the 6A semifinal matchup between the Farmington Phoenix and the Pleasant Grove Vikings. And then later tonight, Game 2 with the American Fork Cavemen taking on the Bingham Miners. Clock is adjusted. Ball back in play as Stockton Green plays it into the mix. Clark brings it in. Ball comes out on the near side to Chadwick. Ball in for Sadler. Sadler back out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft now taking it in. Ashcroft trying to get around Teeters. Teeters doing a great job defensively. Ball back with the Riverhawks. Here comes Leon. Leon can't get around his defender. And now here comes Vasquez. Vasquez up the sideline. Vasquez nicely defended there by Ashcroft. Comes off of Ashcroft, and it'll be a throw-in for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Under 10 now, with 9:10 left to go here in the second half. It's the number 2 in the RPI Ridgeline who leads over the number 3 Green Canyon. Bad clearance here from Tanner Farron. Vasquez goes to ground, and the offside flag raised. Offside's called here against the Riverhawks. We'll have a free kick coming up for the Wolves. Ball comes out to Stevens. Stevens up the sideline. It's going to be Chadwick to track it down. Nicely cut out by Garrison Reed. Substitution coming up for Green Canyon as Chadwick heads off. Checking back in for Green Canyon is Gavin Buck. Sadler brings it down. May. Ball comes through and safely into the hands of Crosby West. Crosby will boot this one away. Takes a deflection. Drew a G. Brought down by Buck. Buck gets around Duck's shoe. And a foul called. Free kick here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. With 7 minutes to go. Alto Pirtle, the center back, to boot this one away. Leon does a good job to keep it in bounds, taking it now to the corner. Nice little bit of skill there from Leon, but cut out by Green Canyon, and Duckshoe, who hits this one out of the stadium. And a throw-in coming up here for Green Canyon. Vasquez flicks it on with his header. Hickman plays it out to Diego Teeters. Teeters trying to get around Ashcroft. May will boot this one away. Ashcroft now on the far side. Cuts back inside, leaves it for Whitby. Whitby now to Sadler. Sadler pokes it through. Stevens leaves it for Buck. Buck back to Sadler. Sadler trying to shield 3 Ridgeline defenders from the ball, but cut out. One back by the Riverhawks. Here comes Leon, taking it to the corner. Leon up all by himself. Gets around a G. Leon now into the box, poked away by Drew Agee, and booted away by Stevens. Hickman now brings it down. Hickman plays it through. Leon back at the top of the 18. Leon on his right. Leon wanting to get a shot off. Cut out by Tanner Farron. And cleared out by Green Canyon. Stevens plays it over the top and through to Colby Knight. Here comes Colby Knight into the box. It's Knight. The shot puts it into the back of the net. And it's tied with 5:16. Colby Knight does it again.
Green Canyon goal.
His 18th goal on the year. And we got a ball game. 5:16 left to go, all squared up at 2-2. What a turn of events here at Zions Bank Stadium. The ball on the attacking, in the attacking third.
For the Wolves was scored by number 9, Cody Knight.
A ball just booted over the top. And Colby Knight runs off the backside of his defenders and finds the back of the net. Deweese will have one more goal in this one. Under 5 now, all squared up at 2-2. Substitution as Giovanni Torres checks back in.
Giovanni Torres.
Ball won back in the middle of the park by Sadler. Flick through for Torres. Looking for Colby Knight. Olsen straight up in the air. Lands at Clark. Now it's Stevens. Stevens in tonight. Pirtle comes across. And also Pirtle trying to get out of that one. Falls to the ground. It goes out of bounds and out. Throw-in coming up for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Ball back in for Ashcroft. Poked away. Up the sideline now is Hickman giving chase. Ball now with Leon Vasquez. Vasquez out wide to Teeters. And that ball out of bounds and out as Vasquez and Teeters can't connect. 2:50 left to go here at Zions Bank Stadium in the second game of the 4A semifinals. Murray Spartans await. America First Field awaits for one of these two sides. Ball over the top. Dean giving chase. We'll let this one go out of bounds and out as a throw-in for the Riverhawks. Vasquez goes to ground. A foul called and a free kick coming up here for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. Ball booted over the top by Stockton Green into the mix. And that will flick through. Giving chase is Teeters and Stevens. Ball goes out of bounds and out as we'll have a corner kick coming up for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. 1:30 left on that clock. Vasquez crosses it in, looking back post. The header takes a deflection in front of goal. It's in! Tay Hickman has done it! Off the corner, it's a set piece. And Tay Hickman puts the Riverhawks back in front. Late drama here in the 4A semifinals. It was only a mere 3 minutes ago where Colby Knight tied it up for Green Canyon. And now, with a minute 27 left on the clock, the Riverhawks take the lead again. Knight flicks it through to Clark. Do we have more late drama? Comes down to Drew G. Reed. Duck shoe. Boots it up and away. Throw-in coming up for Green Canyon. Taken quickly. Buck. Buck plays it in. Olsen with the header out. Sadler tracks it down. Sadler out wide to Ashcroft. Ashcroft crosses it in near post. Stockton Green boots it away. Dean with the header. Lands at Ashcroft. Throw-in coming up. Green Canyon. 30 seconds left. Ashcroft to May. May takes a deflection. Ridgeline boots it away. Cotter. Giving chase now is Farron. Time running out. Throw-in taken quickly. Back out of bounds. Ashcroft.
9, 8,
Farron
6, 5,
plays it up.
3,
Stockton Green clears it out, and that's going to do it. The Riverhawks are heading to the 4A state championship game. Down goes the defending champions. Late drama as Tate Hickman with 1:30 left on the clock scores the game winner for the Ridgeline Riverhawks. And the number 2 in the RPI has a date with the Murray Spartans Thursday at America First Field as they fight for the 4A state championship.
Pleasant Grove and Farmington, please bring their roster with starters marked.
That's going to do it for us here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com, as always presented by Heidemann Associates. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next is the 6A semifinals. Farmington will take on Pleasant Grove. American Fork will take on the Bingham Miners. And we'll have all those games here for you on KSLSports.com. I'm Alex Napolis. Big shout out to Carson Lantz on the camera. And from the entire Rewind Sports family, we thank you for watching. Stick with us. More soccer coming up next here on KSLSports.com.
Congratulations to the